Hello and welcome back YouTube to another franchise series. This time we are with the Pittsburgh Penguins here in NHL26 and looking at the roster. Questions remain about Sidney Crosby's future in Pittsburgh. He has come out and stated this is where he wants to be in interviews. He is 38 years old, so if we can do a quick turnaround, maybe we can get Crosby back to the Cup. Because man oh man, this guy is not aging normally. Last 3 seasons, over 90 points at 38 years old. Can he do it again? And he is a playoff performer. He loves being in big moments. Captain Canada. What can we do with him? If we can move him, I would love to move him to a cup contender to get one more cup. But it all depends if he wants to move. With his no movement clause, that's going to be very tough to trade. Questions will arise on his future in the upcoming episodes. Same goes for Denny Malkin. He hasn't been as productive in his older age. He's 39 now. He does light it up in the playoffs, over a point per game, just barely. He's got 1 year left on his deal, so that would be the easier guy to move, but he has a no movement clause as well, so it's all up to him if he wants to stay in Pittsburgh or go to a cup contender. Unfortunately, if we can't, then he's probably going to walk as a free agent. And then you got Retool, someone that would be easier to move. He's only 32 and coming off of a 35-goal season last year. 70 points. Pretty solid production for a first-line forward. And he's got a pretty considerable contract, only $5 million a year for the next 3 years. I feel like that would be a very easy contract to trade away and could get a pretty decent return for Retool. Someone else that would also be a good fetch, Brian Rust. 33, 65 points, over 30 goals last year. And he's got a similar contract to Retool, going until he's 36, just over $5 million with 3 years left on his deal. And that could fetch a pretty nice return. Now for Pittsburgh, the only youngster in the lineup with some potential to be an all-star, Rutger McGroarty? Yeah, sure, we pronounced that right. Right now we're hoping he can turn into a top 6 forward for years to come for the Penguins. And the AHL, not a whole lot for prospects that's really going to stand out. But I want to get some younger guys some playing time. So a lot of them are scratched here. Like Jack Beck, 22, who was a 6th-round pick from Calgary. Aiden McDonough, he is 25 years old. Maybe he can still grow. Addy Calvert, Bjorkquist. We're going to trade for Fenstrom, who they got from the Canucks for that Connor and Pedersen trade last year. And all in all, not really anyone stands out to me in the AHL. That's going to make a huge impact in the next couple of years, and offensively anyway. And you got Owen Pickering, 21 years old, defenseman. Could be making the jump next year. Depends how he grows in the AHL. And all the rest, just going to be some depth pieces. Now, goalies, I definitely like our goalie depth here with Blomqvist and Murashov in the AHL. Now, for rookie-wise, you have last year's first-round pick, Benjamin Kindle. 5'10", 18 years old. Won't show me his stats for some reason, but he was a first-round pick. And we are excited to see what he can become. The other first-round pick from last year, Bill Zonin. He's got some size on him, 6'2", 190, 18 years old, and he's having a very good start to his draft plus 1 year. 22nd overall pick in 2025. And another prospect there, Yarventi. Tanner Howe, a 2nd-round pick in 2024. Harrison Brunick, 6'3". He's got some size on him, 2nd-round pick in 2024. Definitely some decent prospects here in Pittsburgh that we could grow into a huge dynasty once again. Crosby might be on the wrong side of things, though. Fernstrom, he did break records in the SHL. The Canucks do know how to draft their Swedish players. But man, oh man, he might turn into a nice bottom six player for us. Now Samuel Poulin, probably the longest developed prospect in Pittsburgh system. And goalie-wise, Gabriel Dag. I have drafted him before in NHL24, and he turns out to be a pretty good developing goalie. But he's still going to be 3 or 4 years away before he's in the NHL. But we have Silovs and Tristan Jarry to man the crease in the meantime. And that's checked things off. We got the season opener here against the New York Rangers. And who else? Malkin and Crosby. Start off the goal scoring for your Pittsburgh Penguins. Second period, Trocheck on Jarry. Cuts the lead in half, 2-1. Find a way to get a lead here. Safe lead. Come on. Get another goal here. Power play. There's a shot. Nothing. Ah, come on. Oh, my goodness. Borden from the top of the slots. Power play. Still can't score. So we're going to jump into it, people. Overtime looks like we're coming up. I don't know what happened with the commentary there, but it seems to kind of muted out. But our home opener against Islanders, Bo Horvat on Jari, 1-0 through 1. Another former Canuck coming down to bite us in the butts. Down the third, down 2-0. Can we come back? Another power play fails. Carlson on Varlamov. I don't know why he's so close to the net, but we'll take it. And Crosby having a good start to the year in his age 38 season. My goodness. We find a way here. Come on. Force it. Nope. Come back to 10th, going to overtime.
To drop the puck here on overtime, so perfect timing on your end. We are in next goal wins territory now. Who's going to step up and be the hero? Moves it quickly over to Carlson. Read it perfectly and breaks up the play. Makes the move and the puck hops away from him.
Duan's so difficult to stop in tight, and he's got magic hands, but unfortunately this time it doesn't go his way as he tries to get a little nifty. Sometimes simple is the best
For the
way to go.
win! And he denies him with a monstrous save here in overtime. And now it's over to Barzal. And that's intercepted by Raquel. Here they come on the attack. Picked up along the boards by Kulak. Takes it at center. Oh, look at this. Here they come. They've got numbers. Oh, what a blocker stop by Chari.
Well, this is an incredible athletic save, but this is all instinct. There's no time to put yourself to position. You just react, and if you get there, you get there. Did a great job.
Works it across to Malkin. The Islanders gain possession in their own end. Under a minute left in overtime. Up along the wing. Into the corner of the attacking area. Chance to win it. The Islanders have a hold of it in the defensive zone. Streaking through center, they go on the attack. And uses the length of his stick to knock that puck away. Takes it across the blue line. Quick feed to Clifton. Oh, and somehow he gets a sliver of it and keeps him at bay. Puck picked up by Siplikov. Good, and he grabs the loose for the win. Scores! The overtime winner, and we'll put this one to bed. What a thrilling finish tonight. Wow.
There's always the question why before a goal is scored, so let's go back and just have a look at the way they defended in their own zone here. Yes, they gave up a high-danger opportunity, but in transition, they were able to capitalize when they got going north, and they were able to get a good chance on net.
Alright, looks like we got the commentary fixed there. So that's a good thing. Thought EA Sports was going to be glitching out for a second. Now we got the Rangers again. Can we get our first win of the year? 1-1 through 1. Latane on quick. Defense started definitely scoring goals. Second period, Crosby and Malkin have the Rangers number this year. Power play, we kill it off. How about another one? No, JT Miller from the circle. Yeah, he's going to score those all the time. Now future of the New York Rangers. JT Miller. Man, oh man, I've only stayed in Vancouver. It just didn't work out. And Anthony Mantha, empty netter, seals it, and the Pittsburgh Penguins win their first game of the year. Now, Latane from Crosby, Malkin from Mantha, Crosby from Rustin Raquel, and Mantha from Latane. So Latane and Crosby have some big games ahead here. And we're going to sim ahead the rest of the month here as Pittsburgh 1-0-2 through the first 3 games. Tristan Jarry. My goodness, he's starting to show off his potential all of a sudden. Look at those stats for the 3 games. Are you kidding me? Pittsburgh would love to see that from Jarry in real life. Waiver wire, Travis Dermott. He could be some depth on the blue line. 28 years old. No, I think we're going to pass on Travis Dermott. Maybe if it was like 25, 26. I'll give him some chance to develop in the AHL. Brad Hunt, no, way too old. 33. We already got enough defensemen in the AHL. Now, here's an interesting trade offer. Justin Sordoff for Aho and a third-round pick. Sordoff, a former third-round pick of the Panthers, just traded to Washington in the offseason, but he has some potential to be some nice third-line scoring. But we're going to just minimize the trade offer a little bit here with a fourth and a sixth going the other way instead of a third. And right away, Declan Chisholm was placed on waivers. 25 years old. Potential top 60 man. Oh yeah, we're going to jump at the chance. Chisholm, come aboard. He'll be in our lineup now. Novak in their third for a second round pick. Might be something that we go back to. There's definitely some better trade offers that are coming in. From the past franchise series, we usually get kind of shafted, I would say. But we're not going to do that trade either. Come on, against the Flyers. Ooh, 7-4 loss. That's a tough one. The AHL Penguins, 6-3-1. First in their division through the first month. So AHL team's doing pretty well. They're just not really scoring. They're keeping the puck out of the net. And your Penguins are 5-5-3 through October. See here, Malkin leading the team in points at 39 years old. Crosby right behind with 12. Mantha with 11. Chris Letang with 11. Rust with 9. Raquel with 9. Rutger McGrorty. I'm going to get his name right one of these days. 7 points. Only one goal. But man, oh man, if we can get him going, that would be huge. Eric Carlson with 3 points. His best days are behind him. I just don't think we're going to be moving his contract anytime soon if he wants to stay. Now, goalie-wise, Jari's playing lights out, but Artur Silovs, the Abbotsford Canucks MVP, struggling in the NHL. Man, oh man, is he just made for the AHL only? You're looking at the trade block players that we are open to getting rid of here in year one. Raquel, Rust, Mantha, Hayes, and Danton Heinen. We could all get a pretty decent return for these guys. So let's sim ahead here until December and see how the Penguins fare. And a big win against Toronto, 6-4. Washington, we lose that one, staying at 500. And a 7th round pick for a depth defenseman, Riley Shea. I don't think we're going to have any plans for him in the future. He's on a 1-year deal. I think why not? Colorado, they're just looking for some depth. And they're fine giving up a 7th round pick. Ryan Shea, nothing special. Just eating minutes in the AHL. Sure. We'll see if we can find a diamond in the rough with that 7th round pick. And I don't know what it's doing, but it's really glitching out here. Going back and forth between AHL and NHL schedule. So EA Sports might want to fix that before it's too late. Avery Hayes is injured in the AHL. Hopefully he's back soonish. Alright, yeah, see? It's like AHL and NHL. It needs to get this fixed. Come on, EA Sports. We're calling you out. Get your crap together. AHL players just keep getting hurt and hurt. My goodness. We don't have any RFAs we got to worry about. Now, Novak for a 3rd and a 4th from Chicago. So Nashville and Chicago both have interest in Novak. I'm not going to be moving them yet. Maybe closer to deadline. Heinen and Clifton in the 3rd for a 2nd and 3rd to Utah. No, we're going to hold off on that right now. Let's see. Our AHL Penguins are 10-8-3. So they're slowing down. Pittsburgh, 500 at 11-11-3. Crosby leading the team in points. Raquel right behind. Brian Rust, 21. Chris Letang with 21. Malkin with 20. Anthony Mantha, not doing awful. Jari still looking solid. And Artur Silovs still struggling. We can't send him down just because he's on a 1-year deal on a one-way contract. So we'll probably lose him on waivers. McGrorty, we definitely need him to score. He's only got 1 goal through 25 games. And looking at the standings right now, we're 6th in the division. But all the way from 2nd until 7th, it's only a 7-point difference. So it's a pretty close division right now. Early on, Pittsburgh may still have a chance for playoffs. And looking at some prospects, Gavin McKenna, obviously the number 1 pick. But just in case we don't, is Jose James, 17 years old. He could be turning into something. There's Steinberg there too. Ryan Rubrecht, Frederick Malmstrom. He's already elite power forward. Ethan Belkitz, Jordan Havilid is there as well. Get him scouted. Looks like there's a couple Swedes to keep an eye on here in the top 10. Now, Adam Bennett, he's 5'6", but he looks like he's putting the puck in the net. I just don't know if he's going to be able to prove it in the NHL. Being 5'6", he's going to get destroyed. Mathis Preston, he's also someone that we're keeping an eye on. 40 points in 25 games already. Surprised he's not jumping up a bit. Ryan Lynn, defensive prospect we got an eye on. And where else? Who else we were looking at in the first round? We'll go to goalies right now. Bryce Gray, 6'3", 17 years old. He's got some size. I don't know if I'll take the goalie in the second round. Jordan Switzer, someone to keep an eye on. Gavin Betts, he's a little undersized. Jordan Switzer, possibly in the 5th, 6th round scenario we could go after. Jaden Krause, might just wait until he's undrafted. But a Finnish goalie here, 6'2", Sami Vinanen. We'll take a look at, see what he can do. Justice Walsh. And then for defenseman, Carter Hicks. That was also it. That's the man I was looking for in the first round. 6'2", right-hand shot defenseman. Alexander Bilecki. Be an early second-round pick if we could get him. Noah Tanamu. He's got some size to him. A little bit enforcer style play. Some toughness on the blue line. Undersized defenseman there. Only 5'9", Xavier Villeneuve. Could be similar to a Twin Hughes-like skater. Josh Lee, 5'7". That's way too small for a defenseman. I would probably take him in like 5th, 6th round. Not that high. Mason Waugh, 17-year-old, 6'2". Some grit and size on the blue line to be huge. But Liskey, if he's more of an offensive defenseman, well, I'd love that. Especially to replace Chris Letang. Ryan Richter, someone we got an eye on. Dawson Morris. Doesn't look like he's scoring too much in the juniors right now in the OHL. Caleb Mitchell, London Knight. Yes, he's a little bit smaller, but if he's in the 3rd, 4th round, I would definitely like to grab him up. Caden Sienko. Just some defensemen that look out to replace Carlson and Letang, because they are up there in age, and they both have new movement deals. So if they don't want to move, we're kind of stuck with them. Brady Blasek will be the final D-man we're going to look at. And we want to jump ahead until February now with Pittsburgh at 500. This is into the month, just before the trade deadline here, just to see what we can do. And Crosby trying to will the Penguins to the playoffs right now. Trying to do it all himself. Dropped that one to Tampa 4-1. And then they have a trade offer. Second round pick for a 3rd and Witherspoon. You know what? I'm going to make that trade. We have enough 3rd round picks, and we have 3 or 4. Why not add a 2nd round pick for next year's draft? Okay, I'm fine with that deal. Witherspoon, not in our plans. AHL team's just struggling with injuries, though. My goodness. Yeah, Anaheim, Montreal. Nope, not going to even show us. The lag in this game is still crazy. And here's the glitch with the AHL schedule again. And oh man, if we're actually 14-10-3, that's going to be huge. Maybe we don't make these trades. Wow. Oh no, this is the AHL team. It's just showing our NHL Pittsburgh Penguins for some reason. It's glitching out again. EA Sports, what's going on? Oh, there's an NHL injury, and Philip Tomasino injured with a groin, coming back January 9th. And Nashville inquiring about Novak again, and Achari. 3rd round pick for 2nd and 3rd. No, we may go back to Nashville with the Novak trade, as they definitely have some interest in him. We just don't really have anyone to play on the third line right now, but not the biggest deal. If we do make that trade, Vinny Desharnais, he's placed on waivers. That's all right. We don't need him. Owen Pittering, he's back from his injury. We'll let them sort it out. 5-4 win there against Boston. Tampa Bay, back-to-back wins. Oh, we're 20, 19, and 7, and big win streak here. Can we make it 4? No, shutout against Columbus. Ooh, and look at this trade offer. Rust and Caleb Jones for a second, third, and Riley Height. That is a really tempting offer. And you know what? I think we're going to go ahead and say yes to this. Rust for Height and a third. Caleb Jones, depth defenseman for him. Height, a former second-round pick in 2023. He's got potential to be a solid second-line player for us. And we get some couple picks this year to add on to what we already have. You know what? Hell yeah. Minnesota Wild, Bill Guerin, you have a deal. So welcome and goodbye and good luck, Brian Rust. Alright. So that's a pretty big trade here right before the deadline. We'll take that. As we try and get Pittsburgh back on top here in the NHL. Just might take a couple of years before we can get there. But we definitely got some spending money in free agency. Whoever wants to come play with Crosby. Crosby's over a point per game with 54. Retool with 48. Malkin with 40. Letang with 38. Carlson with 31. Novak with 30. Mantha with 26. Danton Hine with 24. McGroarty only 18 points. McGroarty. I keep on screwing up his name, people. Matthew Dumba. Ryan Graves back down there. Dewar. Chisholm. Alright. Not all in all horrible. Tristan Jarry, his stats are getting a little bit worse, but still a solid year in that for him. Silovs is improving, but man oh man, it looks like he's definitely an AHL goalie. But Tristan Jarry, someone else that we could also get rid of at the deadline if there's a good enough offer for him. I don't know what his trade value is going to really be, but if we can get rid of that salary, Tristan Jarry could be a solid addition to the Oilers. And looking at players, we're trying to get the way of their no movement. Malkin wants to stay in Pittsburgh, so we're not going to be trading him at the deadline. And same goes for Erik Karlsson. They both want to stay. So, decisions coming up next episode. Till then, we are signing off. Bye, everybody. Peace.